All right. Good
Woo.
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and every person that will be watching this video on YouTube. What is up? My name is DMINQ. I am here at my apartment in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're practicing social distancing still. Love it. So today I have a very special guest. I have been working on this man's music for how long? I think it's been a few, I don't know.
Basically 8 to 10 years, definitely.
Has it been that long? Shoot.
Yeah, I can't believe it, right?
No. So yeah, I've been working on this man's music for 8 to 10 years. Damn, 8 to 10 years. And we've just been, back and forth supporting each other. This dude is becoming I guess you could say, viral sensation now on TikTok with all of his dance videos, his music. I've always loved his music. I've always loved the inspiration and the positivity that just radiates out of his music. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome my good friend, Fuzzy Soul Tiger.
Oh, Dominique, thank you for having me on your show. I'm really happy that this could happen, and man alive, it's a pleasure to do this. You're the first person I'm being interviewed by.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I mean, before this, I've heard of the podcast, I've heard of interviewing and all of these things, but I had, for whatever reason or another, never really been a part of it or participated. But this is a premiere. You got me first.
Yay! What's up? That's what's up. So, I guess the best way to start off this interview, is one, let's let the people know exactly who you are. What is your style of music? And we'll continue from there.
All right, you got it. You got it. For those of you who don't know me, I reside in the windy city of Chicago. My name is Fuzzy Soul Tiger. And I have, over the years, I'm talking like 10 years plus, been doing a little bit of different styles of everything. I've done pop music, hip hop, I've done dance, and I've done a little bit of rap and a little bit of easy listening music, ambient music. So I've kind of trekked the whole globe of different styles. My latest and beloved project, I must say, is a new foray for me. I'm jumping into hip hop and jazz and pop in a very different way. This is the first time, Dominique, that I'm doing music that I mostly didn't produce myself. So this is really new territory for me. I can't wait for you to hear this.
Man, I'm excited. I mean, honestly, I get excited anytime you do release a project or anytime you send anything to me, because it allows me to practice and work on my own skills, but at the same time, I get to be part of someone else's movement and someone else's success. So that's awesome. In fact, I love Chicago. I haven't been back in a few years, but it's been a minute. But no, Chicago's one of my favorite cities in the entire world, and so is New Orleans. So hopefully I get someone from New Orleans next time. But so I guess now, well, I guess
I miss it. It's been a few years for me, man.
Man, oh my gosh. But well, let's see. So I guess the next question would be for you. So I heard you have a new album coming out, and you just mentioned it. What is the album called? Why is it called that? And when can we expect it? And what should we expect from this particular project?
Ooh, good questions. Good questions. Wow. Let me see about answering that for you and for everybody who don't know. This new album that's coming out, I should call it a mixtape because that's what it is. But it's called The Passion for one very big reason. I have to take you all back a couple years ago. I've been on YouTube promoting my work for over a decade now. And over the years, I had watched that slow decline of people being interested in the work I was doing, right? And so it got to a point where just 2 years ago, I had put out a Christmas album, and then followed by another album that was full of love songs and such. All the work I put into it, all the hard work, sweat, blood, and tears, as they say in the movies, I did all that and did everything I could to put the word out about it, and the results still came back dismal. It just felt like it was electronic dust, if you will. So I was at a creative rut. I was at a standstill trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong, and what's happening here? Why is it that despite all the work, nothing's happening? There's no return results of this, right? So I just started asking people for advice. And believe it or not, two friends of mine, they don't know each other, but they gave me the same advice and said, try out some professional instrumentals and lay your story on top of that and see what happens. And I was totally against it at first, because I take great pride in being able to come up with something original and just all the way around say that, I created this. But I said, okay, well, it's time to think outside the box. And I started listening to some instrumentals, and each of these instrumentals started to tell me a story. And I felt a connection with some of these. And the first one was this very dark, ambient, cloudy kind of a sound. And before I knew it, I couldn't get that instrumental out of my mind. I'm telling you, Dominic, I dreamt this instrumental and it just wouldn't let go until I finally sat down and just started writing, like stream of conscious, if you will. And before I knew it, I realized my story was right there. And it was The Passion, the first song that I wrote after all these months of just feeling dry and uninspired. And it was the first time I had really written about what it felt like to feel in a rut, and some of the frustrations I felt as a singer-songwriter trying to just get his work out there. So I think a lot of people can relate to that, and that set the tone for this album, this mixtape, about pretty much all that I had felt, frustrations that I've been through, and at the same time, it's balanced out because I'm a Libra, like you're a Libra. I balanced this album out with some vibes, still some good time, good feel vibes for everybody to just get into and connect with as well.
Nice. Well, I know I'm looking forward to hearing it. And yes, we are both Libras. Yeah, both of our birthdays are coming up. So.
Right? That's right. October 16th for you, 10/10 for me.
Yep, literally 6 days apart, man. But right, but no, but in terms of the album though, like that is really cool that you were able to put together a body of work for your birthday. Well, yeah, for your birthday, it's a mixtape, but it is going to be on all music streaming and purchasing platforms, from what I've seen. And I pre-saved it in my Spotify, my personal Spotify. But but the thing is, yes, there are many of us that can relate to the struggle of doing music, and like they said, like your friends said, get some more professional instrumentals. For me, I will tell you one thing that has worked for me over the last 2 years. And this resource, and this is for anybody, so I don't want people, getting on me later talking about Dom is over here releasing the Holy Grail. Nah, bro, it's been released. So, but I know one thing that works for me, one tool that I use is a website called Splice.com. Basically, Splice.com is in my opinion, one of the best producer resources. I mean, I've built a lot of my instrumentals off of that site. And it's just, loops and sounds and one shots, all sorts of stuff that they have. They have thousands upon thousands to choose from. And a lot of times, even like a lot of the professional producers, like I've seen videos where like Timbaland and even a couple other, was it Macklemore's producer, Ryan Lewis? He even used, so he even used a couple sounds, and actually, and for me, it's like, because I can't play every instrument effectively, or as great as I would like to, Splice has been a good tool for me to be able to find that sound that I'm looking for. Maybe find a loop, like a piano loop or something, or a synth loop, and then just pull it from there. You know, it is a paid subscription, so of course everyone has to pay. But you know, for the last 2 years, that's how I've been building my instrumentals. And so that's one way to also get good professional instrumentals is from resources like Splice. And there's others like Samplified, Sounds, Lander. There's a bunch of them that do pretty much the same thing as Splice, but I just found Splice to be very, you know, helpful. So I would say I would even recommend that to you. And I will also recommend that to other artists who are also basically building their own instrumentals. And sometimes, you know, like I said, for me, sometimes it just starts off with a synth loop and then I'll add drums. I'll do my own drums because I mean, I'm a drummer. So sometimes I add my own. Other times you might find some sample packs that actually come with the, you know, instrumentals already done. You just have to piece it all together and arrange it the way that you want it. And
Oh, I
then,
love it.
yeah, and then of course you edit it however, you know, make all the sounds, you know, sound the way you want it to sound. So it's basically, again, you're tailoring it to be unique to you. So again, this is not sponsored, people, but no, I just wanted to you know, share that because a lot of people still don't know about it. Splice is still fairly new, but you know, so there's that. So I would definitely recommend that to you or to anyone else. It's a great subscription. I think, well, I just upgraded to the $13 plan. So,
Okay.
but there's different plans. So I would recommend that. Again, I recommend that to anybody. But, you know, in terms of this album, though, how many tracks is on this album?
This album has about 11 tracks on there.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm glad you brought up the number of tracks because if people go to my Bandcamp website and they download the album there, the full album, well, there'll be some bonus songs that'll come with it. So I don't know if it comes out, but for everybody who wants to know, this is where they can go on October 10th if they want to download it from here, and bonus songs will appear. But everywhere else, yeah, you will still have a wonderful listening experience.
Good. And that's another thing. Like when it comes to these albums and mixtapes, yo, I've been like seeing like a lot of our favorite artists. One of the most notorious ones is Chris Brown, who will put out a 60-song album, and I'm like, bro, first, I'm like, first of all, I want to sit in a concert that long, okay? Like, because when you mix that stuff with all of his other stuff that you actually like, you know. But again, I've done, you know, a little bit of research where, you know, my first album was only 10 songs. And to me, it's like, okay, people's attention spans are a lot shorter, which is why I've only been putting out the 2-song EPs this year because, you know, I could have honestly put out a 10, 12 plus song album, but I just felt like, you know, let's just hit them, you know, you know what I'm saying? Let's just hit the people, back off a little bit, let the songs do what they're gonna do, and then come back. And but as a struggling artist, one thing I've been struggling with, and I don't know if you've had this struggle, where I've been struggling to figure out how to label myself. Meaning, do I label myself an R&B artist? Do I label myself an LGBT R&B artist? Do I label myself a queer artist? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what category would I fit in? And so I guess my next question to lead into that is to you, like, have you been having that same issue? Like, what is, you know, like, I don't know, like, have you been having some sort of issue trying to, like, label yourself? And when you people,
we are right there. We are totally right there. Because, I mean, as we just talked about earlier, I mean, we've been at this for a little bit over a decade, and I still don't know how to correctly, label myself because I've been somewhat all over the musical globe of sorts. So each album have been different, one from another to another and another. And I know it would make it so simple and easy to just nail down to one thing and stick to it, but that's never been me. I've always been experimenting with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This album in itself, I mean, I've got a song in there that's very jazzy and very upbeat. It's wildly different from some of the other songs that are more hip hop based, and then different from other dance songs I've got. So see, if I had labeled myself as for example, just an R&B artist, and then I come out with this mixtape and it's nothing to do with R&B, I just painted myself into a corner here. So I just try to just be open-minded, and whatever happens from each album to each album will hopefully give people a sense of who I am at the moment that this album came out.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like I'm more of like, where are you at now? You know, and but I think oftentimes because people are people, we have to like label everything. Everything has to like we have to categorize everything. And we're also worse about it in the LGBTQIA, LMNOP, HJ. You know, we are so bad because no, but for
There's
real,
so many labels, I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up.
I quit. I quit keeping up with it. I said, screw it all. Like, you know, I'm literally at the
I
point.
said, I just love you all. That's it. I love you all, and I support you all, and we're in this together. But wow, you're gonna have to give me a few years to catch up on all these labels.
I can't do it. But that's the thing. It's like we want to label everything. And so, like, for me, I guess, you know, I would categorize. At first, I used to, in my own mind, categorize your music as more like pop. You
Yeah,
know, as more pop worldly type of, you know, it just depends on your vibe.
yeah,
So, but now it sounds like you're transitioning to something else, which is fine because, you know, again, that's all part of the growth.
yeah.
But, you know, where like, do you see yourself continuing in this realm of style of music, or do you see yourself just constantly like, you know, whatever I'm feeling is whatever I'm feeling at the time?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? Over the years, I have definitely changed from each album to each album. But currently, as of with this album that's about to come out, I think the next album I do could pretty much continue the same trend. And
Okay.
then after that, I kind of predict maybe I will go on to another style of music. But so far, I'm really feeling this, Dominica. All these instrumentals is just taking me to a whole new world of creativity, and having me talk about things I never even thought I should talk about. So, you know, like I talked about with struggling as a singer-songwriter, I never really expressed that before, as I'm doing here and now. So this is different. It's wildly new territory for me creatively, and I'm excited because I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
I mean, I'm excited too. I think that, you know, I mean, well, again, I haven't really heard this album unless, you know, you sent me some stuff prior and then I probably did. Um, but no, I'm excited to hear this project. I keep calling it an album. Sorry, it's a mixtape. My bad, people. But no, like I'm excited to hear it. I think that, you know, definitely with the new instrumentals, it's allowing you to experiment. It's allowing you to, you know, kind of free yourself a little bit more than what you. That's what I'm hearing, based off what you said, and which is great. You know, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what the future holds for you. I think that. Um, I mean, honestly, you're on your way, in my opinion, to being like a really big artist. And not just a really big artist, but you are a very, very big positive influence in the community. In my personal opinion, you have over 2,000 subscribers on Instagram. Facebook, you got what, over 1,000. And now TikTok, you just reached 20K on TikTok. Like,
I didn't think it was
bro,
possible either. I'm gonna be so honest about that. I mean, come on, look at all the gray in my face. I mean, I was intimidated by TikTok. That's a whole lot of energetic,
yeah,
wonderful young people on there.
they,
And man, I'm like, you guys, you got room for me? You serious?
oh,
So it's wonderful. They got room for everybody on there.
they do, and you know that's the cool part. And like, so I guess my next question is, let's talk about the whole dancing videos. Like, what started that trend? Because I know before you were just doing videos at first, like you're doing kind of like the videos like everyone else is doing, like the duet videos and a
Yes.
few other types of trendy types of videos. So what really sparked you just doing straight dance videos for a while?
It started kind of by accident. When I first joined TikTok, my first couple of videos were very low key and just kind of like just testing the waters a bit. And then I was checking out their music catalog, what they had, and the first song I came across that I immediately loved was Will Smith, Men in Black.
Right.
And so that song, I was so happy to hear that they had it. So the very day that I heard it, I was on hold. Like I'm also an actor on the side, and I was on the set of Chicago PD, and I was dressed up to the nines because I was playing the part of a family pastor. So I had my overcoat, my suit and tie, and everything. When filming wrapped, I headed downtown Chicago to just take a break, get my usual fix of gummy bears, and then listen to some Will Smith Men in Black. And I just couldn't let that go. So I went and looked at the music video. I remembered the dance was coming back to me, and I just tried it out and posted it and didn't think nothing of it until like my phone just kept vibrating nonstop throughout the night, and I'm not understanding what happened till I realized, my goodness, it's blowing up. Then forward fast a few months later, people were starting to ask me to for their favorite songs if I could do something with it, like come up with a dance for it. So I did it for a few people, and I just kept going at it. I really enjoyed being able to, do something nice for other people where this song meant something to them, and me doing a video for it actually made an impact. Like one guy, he was thinking about his brother who passed away years ago, and his favorite song was from P. Diddy, where he did the collaboration with Faith Evans and 112. I'll Be Missing You. That's what it was. Yeah. So he had asked me, can you come up with something for that song? Because it meant a lot to me, and I'm thinking about my brother. It's the anniversary of his passing away, and I was like, wow, that did something to me. So I went in and thought about it. Went downtown, and usually I don't dance around people, and I'm extremely bashful about it, but the need to want to fulfill this person's wish was a lot more powerful than whatever bashful feelings I had. That had to just be put to the side, and I just came up with something on the spot after 3 takes and posted it, and more people asked me, and that's how that started, that roller coaster of dancing videos. And it's taken me all over the spectrum, Dominique. I mean, we're talking from way back in the 40s music to music of today. So it's incredible. And I didn't think I could do it. I mean, at my age, I'm about to turn 50 on October 10th. So I'm so surprised I can do the things that I can do on there.
Well, it just goes back to the saying, like, you're only as young as you feel, right?
Yeah.
I know right now I'm not feeling too young, approaching 30, so like it's weird.
Wow.
But that's awesome. Like, that you are able to do that, and people just really started being receptive and just even joining in their own way, and that's awesome. Like, I don't think I would have the courage to do that personally, but but that's awesome that you are able to do that. And I just love the fact that you are still being that positive source of inspiration, positive influence, because that's what we need in the community. That's what we really need, and not only in the LGBT community, but we also need it in the Black community. Because especially with what's happening in the world right now, like like any burst of inspiration, like we need it. And to now know that 20,000 people are recognizing that you are one of those sources is amazing. And I can't wait to see you reach 30,000. Like I feel like I really feel like you will get to that point because of the fact that that's a new platform for you to really build your audience. So even if they might not know your music or whatever, they know you for something. And and to me that's very important. And I hope one day you're able to take that same energy and you know, in your own community, and you're able to bring it to like Pride Fest, other events where, you know, we need it, especially like I think when Chicago, y'all still got Black Pride, right? Still in Chicago?
Yeah, I think yeah, it's still going on. Although, well, obviously because of COVID-19, a lot of stuff is still not happening yet. But we got next year to look forward to. You never know.
That's true. I mean, and again, I would love to see you like spread some love and positivity over in that realm too. But you know, it's all gonna happen in due time. And but no, I'm super excited for your new mixtape. I'm super excited for the fact that your TikTok is growing. I'm excited for your Insta. I'm excited for everything for you, dude. Like, you are so amazing, and I'm very for real. Like, I'm very honored to be one of the people that gets to work on your music, that gets to, you know, put some sort of input. I know I'm not. I try not to be very wordy when it comes to my inputs. I try not to. But you know, my hope is that one day, you know, we get to actually face to face, you know, get to work together. And it's crazy though. 10 years. That means that you've known me since my first or second mixtape.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wow, that's really going way back, huh?
That was before. Like, that was before I was doing albums and you know, that was before all that. Like, even then I was doing EPs back then too. And then you know, then I transitioned to now I'm doing albums and other stuff. But man, it's been a long time coming, and this has been a long time coming. But you know, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in its own time. And you know, but again, so what else do you have coming up? Are you working on anything else after this album? Are you gonna do anything for Christmas, or what's going on?
Well, you know what? I'm hoping for Christmas. I still have my Christmas album out there. I'm hoping that I can get around to start filming something for Christmas, some music videos for some songs that I've had on a previous Christmas album. Um, I am also keeping my ears open for acting opportunities. You know, again, I've been an out of work actor, unfortunately, for the past couple of months. But now things are slowly opening up, and there's some opportunities that's bubbling around here and there. So I'm checking my resources and contacts and connections and agencies, see what's happening out there, what they got for me, because you know I'm just bursting to want to do something. You know, I just feel it. I want to do something. And you know what? I want to pause on that just a bit because I may have said it to you before, but I want to say it officially since we're doing this interview. Man, you were the first person to go ahead and contact me and say, hey, you know what? I hear potential in what you're doing. Let me help you out and take your songs to another level. And you added your engineering magic to it. And man, I can't tell you how many times, every time I send you a song of mine and I listen to what you do to it, how excited I get. I'm like, yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. People now, they can hear what I hear. Because I'm like, I'm listening to all this stuff in my headphones and I'm thinking, this is grade A stuff. But that's not what people hear. And then when you put your magic to it, that helped make it more polished. And I wanted to say thanks for that. I appreciate you so much for just jumping in and lending your hands and your opinions. They were all very helpful in the process. It's all love, you know, helping each other out.
Well, no problem. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to your music. I think the last album that we did was the Best Thing of My Life album. And to me, that's
Yes, it
still
was.
like, I think to me, that's still your best, like, album today. Like, for real.
Oh, thanks so much.
No, for real, I think that's the best one because of the simple fact that you gave, like, again, you're not only are you doing the whole positivity inspiration thing, but that gave, like, I don't know, to me, it really gave me, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it really gave me like some good pop vibes, like, you know, like, and which, you know, when it came to the you know, production process of each song, like, that's how I approached it, was just, you know, how would I, you know, like it to sound as far as a pop song, each song I did. But no, but again, but now that I've upgraded the studio, I got all sorts of new plugins and stuff that I'm freaking excited to do, and I'm actually doing it on my own music right now. But yeah, we're taking it again to the next level, and I'm excited. My hope again is just that you are super successful. I mean, every year to me, it just seems like you're becoming more and more known, more and more, you're getting more and more followers, which is great because that's what we want. But again, for me, it's an honor to be able to work on your stuff, and thank you for not firing me yet, because you never know. There might have been a couple times you're just like, Dom, what the F, man? Like, really? No.
No, it's all good. It's definitely all good. I'm so appreciative you didn't mind to go ahead and give it another look and work your magic continuously. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, hopefully we'll get to collaborate again. I'm excited for this new album entitled The Passion. So everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here in a minute. What the hell's going on with my computer?
Wow, I tell you, this was such a great experience. Man, thanks so much for just having me on the show, and it's good to see you face to face.
It is good to see you. It is so good to see you as well and hear your voice and everything. So good people, listen, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But good people, listen, Fuzzy Soul Tiger, you look him up on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Check him out on Bandcamp, fuzzysoultiger.bandcamp.com, so you can get the extended version of the Passion. TikTok, Fuzzy Soul Tiger. YouTube, Fuzzy Soul Tiger. What else? Oh yeah, Instagram. What else is on there? Oh, Cash App. Okay, sorry. I can't see the whole thing. So, but let's be real though. If you really want to support independent artists, if you really want to support what we do, not just on Artist YouTube channel, but both of our independent YouTube channels, especially Fuzzy Soul Tiger, listen, y'all go ahead and donate to his Cash App, Fuzzy Soul Tiger on Cash App, because again, we cannot do this without you guys. The more support we get, the more we can put out, the more content we can put out. And let me tell you something, I want to see more from Fuzzy Soul Tiger. Y'all might not want to see me, which is fine. I don't need to be seen, but I would love to see more Fuzzy Soul Tiger in the near future. And I'm pretty sure y'all do too. So again, that's one way you can support, and also support by sharing his videos, sharing his music. And yeah, just those are different ways that you can support. So thank you all so much for watching. We are so appreciative of you. Artist on Artist YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if by chance you are a independent artist, if you are a independent LGBT queer artist, in the description will be included an email. Please allow us a couple business days to get to you, but it will be artistonartistinfo@gmail.com that you can email us your stuff, email us some pictures, and we'll go ahead and take a listen or a look. And we'll, again, like I said, allow us a couple days to get back to you. Again, Fuzzy Soul Tiger, thank you so much, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. I hope it's not cold there. It is cold as hell here in Colorado. Well, I'm sorry. During the day it's hot, but
It's cool.
I'm just saying, during the day it's hot in Colorado, and then at night it feels like Jack Frost just peed all over. That's what
I'm like, here.
But again, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, and I can't wait to do another one. Again, you guys follow Fuzzy Soul Tiger. I'll have all of his information in the description box below. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.
Peace.